storm chasers? We are finally live. We've been having some technical difficulties all night, which is why we are running a little late. For whatever reason, my damn camera it's working, but when you try to connect it to StreamYard does not want to recognize it. So, we're gonna hop right on here on the webcam. We make it work. We'll figure it out tomorrow. In the meantime, let me know that you can hear me and see me, and then we're going to talk about some topics tonight. And if y'all feel like calling in cool, and if you don't, that's cool too. Are you not able to hear me? The sound is bad. Hold up. One sec, y'all. One sec. All right, hold up. Okay, let's try that. Let's see. Hold up. Let's see what we get. Okay. All right. What about now? Much better. Listen, I've been dealing with technical difficulties. Oh my God. I don't know what's going on, damn it. The CERN machine is messing up. I don't know if y'all noticed, and I'm itching, my eggs and my acting up. I don't know if y'all noticed, but literally, it seems like every black YouTuber is having fucking technical difficulties. I don't know if YouTube is sabotaging this shit or what, but it's a thing. It's a thing, damn it. All right, so let's get to it, people. First things first, I wanted to bring... I don't even know how much of y'all heard in the beginning. I don't know. We're just going to get right to it, okay? I had to come and talk about this story with Tyler Lepley's first baby mama and his pregnant boo, Miracle Watts. Now, first off, I am not surprised that Miracle was pregnant. I feel like Miracle and Tyler have not even been dating that long, but I feel like they are so sexy. They have so much sexual chemistry, and they've been hunching for so much in a short period of time that it was just a matter of time before she was with child. But see, what a lot of y'all don't know is that Tyler is what Drake think he looked like. Y'all know Tyler is what Drake think he looked like. When Drake be trying to pout, when Drake be trying to show the side of his face, when Drake went to the plastic surgeon and said to fix my face, he brought in Tyler Lepley's picture. Tyler Lepley is biracial. Drake is biracial. Sometimes the mix comes out good like Tyler. Sometimes the recipe comes out a little funky like Drake. Allegedly. No shade. Okay? No shade. Drake is the great value Tyler. Y'all say Tyler is the great value Drake. No. It's Tyler, then it's Drake. Anyway, moving right along. So Miracle was talking on her Instagram, and she was saying that I have 3 kids to raise. I have 3 kids to to work for, make money for, etc. That was counting the kids she pregnant with, and then Tyler's first 2 kids, right? So then the baby mama came in. Her name is April. She said, "You got 3 kids? You have met Leo twice and Jade once. They are not your children." Ooh. Come on now. She said, you have met Leo twice and Jade once. They are not your children. The baby mama said, stop capping on this app, acting like you really care about these kids when you don't. Stop the cap. Now, I need y'all to tell me who was in the wrong here. Is it Miracle? Is it the baby mama? So then Miracle responded and she said, number one, I would never try to fulfill your shoes as a mother. I have my own shoes to fill. Number two, as a woman and mother, you should have reached out to me. No, you should feel good about someone who wants to embrace your children and include them as a family. Would you prefer the opposite? Number three, I don't do internet games. You have my number, Miss King. Now, Miracle, that kind of sounded like a threat to me. Miracle sounded like, bitch, I beat your ass. That's what they gave me. I don't care about a number one, a number two, a number three. That paragraph sounded like Miracle was like, I will put an ass whooping on layaway, and I would give you 2 hands, 2 feet, and the 2-piece combo with a biscuit on the side. When I drop this load, don't play with me. I'm just saying. That's how that shit came off. Then Miracle said, but I'm happy you can finally write me from your real page. I'm proud of you. Now, I'm still going to say, were they both being petty? Yes. Should this ever have made the internet airwaves? No. At the end of the day, I feel like they fighting over daddy did. I feel like at the end of the day, the first baby mama gonna feel some kind of way that he has moved on and that he is creating a new family. It is what it is. And not only is he creating a new family, he's all over the internet with a new family. And then it don't help when he gets with a woman that is very hot and attractive, and I'm sure the first baby mama feels some kind of way that we don't even really know about the first 2 kids like that. And the internet is gonna act like that his kid. Let me put my mic over here. It's gonna act like the internet's gonna pay more attention to Miracle's child than the first baby mama's child. Anyway, it was petty on both ends. It was both unnecessary, but I understand where the baby mama is coming from. If you have only met my kids once or twice, please do not get on the internet and act like you a mother to them when you're not. And for Miracle to say, well, you should just be happy someone wants to embrace your children. Bitch, you ain't got, I mean, I'm not calling her bitch. I'm just saying you don't have to embrace them at all. You don't have to do shit. Ladies, this is why you don't date men with kids. I'm going to move right along from that. This is so low value. Anyway, moving right along. Moving right along from that, okay? We need to talk about this Tiarra Mack lady, senator in Rhode Island, running again, I believe.
Vote Senator Mack. Vote Senator Mack. Vote Senator Mack.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and mute that. Now, with that being said, that is Rhode Island Senator Tiarra Mack. Actually, let me mute it from that page so I don't hear it on my end. So that is Senator Mack, okay? Tiarra Mack twerking. I don't know. I guess she at the beach. I don't know what beach that is exactly, but she decided to pop that cookie on the headstand and do it for the votes. Now, I will say, Tiarra Mack, I didn't know that you was stacked like that. I didn't know you was packing all that. I didn't know that you had all that ass. I didn't know that you wanted to shake it like a salt shaker. I didn't know that you wanted to throw that ass in a circle. I didn't know if I was watching TikTok or if you was down at the P-Valley at the paint. I didn't know. I mean, this doesn't give me senator. This gives me retired stripper. This gives me stripper after she didn't have her 4th child, didn't quite lose all the weight and have to go back to work because her bills are due. This gives me eat my coochie while I'm on a headstand. But at the end of the day, is this wrong? I mean, besides the fact that the ass wasn't really assing, the thing wasn't really thanging. Like, she was trying, but it was a little stiff. It was a little stiff. But my whole thing is, yes, senators are expected to hold a certain amount of professionalism and to carry themselves a certain way. But then I had to say to myself, what really is the big deal with her twerking her cookie on the headstand? You got the white senators doing all kinds of coke and hookers and prostitutes behind the scenes. She just smooth enough to get on TikTok and throw that cookie up. I'm just saying, anything for a vote. Now, that's still not going to get the ninjas to vote, but it'll help them vote nonetheless. Now, what's interesting is that she's a part of the Liga Bigger Ticket community, the LGBTQIA2 plus. LGBTQIA2 plus community, or she's a part of that community. And so my thing is, it's not like that coochie's getting plucked, it's getting sucked. And so I mean, she done went viral. She got my attention. I can't vote for her, but I'm just saying, is she right or is she wrong? Do we have to expect our senators to carry themselves a certain way, or can they live life like us? This is what we do on the beach. We twerk that cookie on the headstand. I mean, not me, but she do. Now, I would love for her, while we're giving her our votes, I would love for her to actually go get some cookie popping lessons, because as she was sitting there popping that cookie, like this was a Sir Mix-a-Lot video, like this was a Heavy D video, like this was an Uncle Luke video. Uncle Luke would not have hired you. He would have kicked you out of Miami and sent you back to Rhode Island. That cookie should have been popped way better for you to have all that meat back there, because that's a big ass she got. And she actually got a nice waist to ass ratio, especially for her age. I'm just saying, the ass is smooth, the skin is smooth. There's some jiggle, but why I'm trying to figure out, why is it so stiff? Why is it so stiff? It's real. It should be jiggling more than that. She could have auditioned for 2 Live Crew, but she would not have made it. They just would have put her on the album cover, and they would not have let her ass participate in the music video, because that thing should have been thanging more than that. Here is my issue. At the end of the day, she's a senator, she's a black senator, she's a black professional, but one black person does not represent the whole community. And if she want to pop that cookie on the headstand, she should be able to. If she want to show that cookie, she should be able to. All right. Oh, I just thought about it too. I don't even think that thing was thanging enough. I'm at a Roe versus Wade, not her, stay woke. Exactly. I don't even think that thing was quite thanging enough for BET, uncut. Would I slide my credit card down that thing? I don't know. It's not really moving. It's not really moving. It didn't really give what it should have gave, but she definitely tried. Anyway, moving right along. I'll let y'all call in later. Y'all tell me what you think about that. But I think that, it's not a good look, but I personally don't mind it. But then again, y'all know the kind of pictures I put on the internet of myself. So it is what it is. All right. Moving right along. We need to come and talk about Britney Griner. And I think her name is, I always say Grinder. I think it's my accent. Britney Griner. Britney Griner. There we go. So Britney Griner, the WNBA player that got locked up over there in Russia. Britney was playing in Russia because, well, they pay more. And she was making like $1 million a year versus over here in the States. I think the WNBA only pay like, what, 60, 70K? I'm just saying, it don't really pay a lot. And so Britney was going back and forth from Russia to basically provide for her wife and her family. She was doing, she was doing what a good stud does. She plays a masculine role, and she provides and protects and professes her love for her family. And so, I don't know if y'all know, but Russia is not the place for black people. They don't like us. They don't like us in Russia, Croatia, Kazakhstan, none of that shit over there. They do not like no. They don't no. They have a no policy. It's just that it is what it is. Okay. And so allegedly Britney got detained by the Russian police because she had a weed pen in her luggage. And I just don't believe that. I don't believe, number one, a vape pen, a weed pen, whatever, should not be enough for her to be locked up for years. Wait a minute, I know Storm is taking the opposing side for reasons other than agreeing. What? What do you mean? Anyway, I don't, for some reason, I just don't believe that Britney would have been over there smoking weed, jeopardizing her contract, jeopardizing her career, and jeopardizing her freedom. I believe that Britney was set up. I believe that Britney pissed off the wrong person. It was 150 vapes, though. I don't believe that. For some reason, I just don't believe it. I feel like she was set up. Why would she even be carrying 150 vapes? Why would she even be playing? Like, she admits to having a pen. So she admits to having it. I don't know. I think she was set up. I think she was set up. That's just me. Why is she even over there? Because they pay more to play basketball for women. Right down the dash. One of them 150 vapes. I have read one vape. You say two vapes. But okay, let's say two vapes. I just, for some reason, the story don't sit right with me. But let's listen to her wife here on I think this is Good Morning America talking to Gail. Let's listen to what she had to say here.
Sentiments.
Yeah. Why did she decide, Sherelle, to write to the president directly?
Because I haven't been able to speak to her, real time, I don't necessarily know, but I know my wife really well. So I feel confident in saying that I think the decision for her to feel the need to directly reach out to President Biden is because of the failed attempts that we have had as a family. She's there and she knows that we are doing everything that we can in our own strength to, ask to meet with the president and to, request that, they do everything they can to get her home. And
so Britney Griner wants President Joe, Sleepy Joe, Joe Biden to get her released. The same way Donald Trump got A$AP Rocky out of that mess in Sweden. The same. The same way. Well, actually, Donald Trump had helped out the Ball boys. One of the balls. One of the balls. I don't know if it was LaMelo, LaJello, Latello, LaFello, Leonardo. I don't know. They all got some crazy ass names. But anyway, that's what Britney is wanting from Sleepy Joe. Unfortunately, I don't think Sleepy Joe got the message. I don't think Sleepy Joe is real. I barely think he's alive. He gives me reptilian vibes. Anytime we see him, I feel like it's CGI. He got bad balance. He don't hear that well. He see now. He damn near slow and drooling on himself. And I wouldn't be surprised if it come out later on that he was wearing a diaper this whole time. This is basically Copacabana Casablanca Kamala's presidency. The world just wasn't ready, apparently, for a female fake black president, because Copacabana Casablanca Kamala Harris is fake black. That ain't black. But let me tell y'all something. I'm sick. I'm stop putting black folks. If y'all gonna put black folks in a position, can they actually be black? Can they actually be black? Can they smell like cocoa butter? Can I see them come out the White House in a bonnet? Can I see a kitchen? Can I see a middle part, a side part, something? Can I see her come out in her slippers? Because these black folks, they've been giving us time about I'm black, and I listen to Tupac, and I no. You're not black. Ain't nothing about her black. I don't even think Copacabana Casablanca Coochie's Harris is black no more. I don't think her Coochie Harris is black no more, unless she die in that. I'm just saying. Can we get black? Can we get braids black, dreads black, please? Cocoa butter lotion black? Anyway.
It kills me every time that, when I have to write her and she's asking, have you met with him yet? And, I have to say no. And she's like, you know what? I'm sure she was like, I'm going to write him an ass now because, my family has tried and to no avail. So I'm going to do it myself.
Why did she decide on the 4th of July? I thought that was an interesting choice.
I would have to say that, it's probably because BG, she cherishes the 4th of July. Her dad was in the Vietnam War. She's an Olympian.
Yeah, we were sent pictures. Could we put up pictures? Hold on a second, Cheryl. We were sent pictures of her dad. That's her dad on the right.
But you said her dad was served in the Vietnam War. Go ahead.
I mean, this is all sweet and cute, but at the end of the day, I do not believe that Sleepy Joe was going to help Britney Griner. I don't think her name is big enough. And I think that, like y'all said, this is a political move from Russia. If Britney's family is smart, they will be documenting this whole process. Okay. And they're going to need to make more noise about it. Storm blackness is multidimensional. We don't all look the same. Look, I understand we don't all look the same, but I don't consider Copacabana, Casablanca, Kamala Harris black. I don't. Her dad half Jamaican. He a landmass. He's a landmass. That's like saying I'm half Arizona and part Georgia. What is it? Let's keep listening.
He did. And so BG literally, loves that. And so she cherishes this holiday. And so she uses it as a day, to honor his service and freedom. And so I know that it's killing her, that she wasn't able to, do her annual fireworks show and, put chairs out in the lawn for all of us to sit down. And
I'm gonna leave that there. Y'all can go to Twitter or y'all can go to YouTube if you want to see the rest of that interview with Sherelle Griner. That's Britney Griner's wife. Look, at the end of the day, it's a very sad situation. I do believe that Britney is basically being held for ransom, being held as a part of this political move from Russia against us. Britney is, tall. She's a masculine looking woman. She's black. She's LGBTQIA2+. She could not honestly be in a worse position than to be in a Russian prison right now. Ain't no telling what they doing to her and what they making that girl go through. And it's just, it's sad. It's sad. But all they can do is keep hope alive and do what they can to bring that girl home. But it's really sad. Moving right along from that, people. I want us to actually talk about this Kel Mitchell shit. Y'all remember when Kel Mitchell's ex-wife came on my show? Do y'all remember? Tell me if y'all remember. Okay. I want to say I interviewed her like a year and a half ago when she talked about their relationship and how he took her money and a divorce, how he took her house. Like she, I thought she gave us all the tea, but apparently there's more tea that she left out. Now, I have nothing against the people that I interview. I don't woo, but I hate when they come over here and we spend so much time digging into shit. Oh, I'm going to repost it for sure, Charmaine. And we dig into all this shit and they leave out the shit we actually want to know. So this is on TikTok. I'm going to let y'all listen.
15 years later, what in the bird box is going on now, man? Sometimes to trip a friend, there's no limit to the things you do. However, Gucci sweaters, I ain't never done nothing like this before. Nick Cannon put on a cheerleading uniform and was doing funny cheers to cheer up Kel Mitchell.
And y'all didn't hear none of that. So y'all didn't hear none of that. So I'm going to just tell the story. So allegedly, according to Kel Mitchell's ex-wife, she came home one day. Yeah, I know it was muted. I realize that. It's that kind of a night. It's that kind of a day with technology, apparently. It just, Jesus. Welcome back. Welcome back. I love how my shit worked perfectly in the Dominican Republic, and it don't want to work here. Anyway, Kevin Mitchell's ex-wife is saying, look, I came home one day and I saw Nick Cannon in the cheerleading uniform with the briefs on doing cheers for my ex-husband in the bed because my ex-husband had cheated on me. Now, I want to know, do y'all believe that Nick Cannon would put on a cheerleading uniform and perform and dance for Kel Mitchell? Do y'all believe that Nick Cannon would do that? Do y'all? I just want to know. Do y'all believe it? You know, he wasn't quite the drummer in Drumline, but apparently he was a cheerleader. What's? And why is she waiting until now to tell us this? Why is she waiting until now? Why does it matter? What's the point? What's the point? They're Holly weird. They all cross-dress. Not all. They mostly cross-dress. They mostly do dances for each other and weird things for each other and play around with each other. Orlando Ben exposed Nick. That's what I'm saying. Orlando Ben said that he sucked Nick's D. Or Nick sucked his D. One of them. It was some D sucking involved. Hollywood. Yes. Hollywood turns them out. Hollywood turns them out. I told you, I don't even know. Listen, and according to the media, they'll say every black man is gay. I'm not even going down that rabbit hole. I'm just saying, it sounds like some shit that will go down in Hollywood. I am not surprised. I just want to know, what is she getting out of exposing this now? Especially when she could have exposed this when she came on my show. Now, that should have been the title. Not nothing about the house. It should have been Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon put on a cheerleading uniform for Kel Mitchell, and Nick Cannon had all. Nick Cannon was playing the Gray Sweats Challenge in my cheerleading uniform. That must have been the sight to see. I'm just saying. Mind you, now we have no proof. This is all hearsay. And honestly, she better hope that Nick Cannon don't sue her. I don't think he will. I don't think he will sue her, but he could. He might send her a cease and desist. I don't know. But whether he did it then or did it now, who cares? But I didn't never think Nick was gay. I'm just going to be honest with y'all. I didn't never get gay from Nick. What he actually does, I don't know. I just ain't never got it. But anyway, y'all do with that as it may. All right, we're gonna listen to this Macy Gray interview really quick, and then I'm gonna let y'all call in and give y'all thoughts. Ooh, Jesus. He doesn't want to let me unmute it. What the hell? What is going on?
Let's say a human being with boobs. How did you start?
If I ask you what a woman is, what would you say?
Let's say a human being with boobs. How did you start there?
Yeah, I mean, the dictionary is quite straightforward. It just says a human, adult, female, right?
No, a lot of people. Yeah, see, that's a little getting confusing. The whole he, she, they. That's gonna.
And I'm not sure why. Really, it's a bit like this whole issue of transgenders in sport. Because I support all trans rights to fairness and equality.
Me too.
But not where you have people born to obvious physical superior bodies.
Me too.
Transitioning and then thrashing the women at their sport.
I totally agree. And I will say this, and everybody's going to hate me, but as a woman, just because you go change your parts doesn't make you a woman.
Right.
Sorry.
You feel that?
I know that for a fact.
Ooh-wee.
But that doesn't make you a woman just because I call you a her and just because you got a surgery.
Because people do.
Ooh-wee. Did y'all hear what Macy Gray said? She said, just because you got a surgery and just because you got some shit cut off, it don't make you a woman. Oh, shit. Now, I got to ask y'all. See, that's why I want y'all to call in. This is the last story. I want y'all to call in. I got to ask y'all, is this considered transphobic or no? What do y'all consider this? Everybody saying she told no lies. I mean, so much drama in the world. Where is the lie? They're trying to change our reality of truth. Ooh. I think it's funny how people purposely go out their way to misunderstand what you're saying. Exactly. I understand what she's saying, but people not going to understand. People not going to understand. You can live your life how you want, but no, it doesn't change your biological makeup. You can't change that. We don't have the technology to do that yet. And so, yes, you can live your life as a different sex than what you were born as, because gender dysphoria is a real thing. It's a real thing, feeling like you were born in the wrong body, or if you're spiritual, then you believe that that person is a two-spirit. I know Native Americans believe that. A lot of African traditions believe that. I've heard gay people call themselves two-spirited. They have a male and female spirit in them. So I'm just saying, you can do what you want, but your body, your DNA makeup, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now the language gets tricky because, you know, at least I was taught in human sexuality, there's a difference between, you know, being a woman versus being a female, right? Living your life as a woman versus being a biological female. But either way, at the end of the day, women are women. And I don't understand where we got so confused on what a woman was and what a man was. I'm just saying, I don't know where we got confused. It's two choices. It's two choices. Now you live your life how you want. You live your life how you want. But your biological functions is what it is. If you're born, okay, let's keep listening. Let's keep listening.
You feel that there's biological sex and then there's gender identity, that you can identify as whatever you like in terms of a gender, right? That's the freedom we live in. Absolutely. But actually you can't change the mechanics of biological sex. They are what they are.
Well, just like women go through just a completely unique experience, and surgery or you know, finding yourself doesn't change that. You know, being a little girl is a whole epic book, you know. And you can't have that just because you want to be a woman.
I mean, you know that when people like J.K. Rowling have said this, they get attacked, they get abused. Yeah. The cancel culture mob comes from me. She gets called transphobic and so on. You might get the same for saying it.
But it's the truth. I'm not. And I don't think you should be called transphobic just because you don't agree with. You know, I just, there's a lot of, you know, judgment and throwing, you know, stones at people for just saying what it is. You know what I mean?
Okay. That's how Macy Gray feels. Now, Macy Gray has since come out and apologized. And I mean, and to be honest, I pretty much knew that was going to happen because she was going to get a lot of backlash from that comment. And most people are not able to really nowadays to really like stand in that. You know what I mean? Because I know social media ate her up. I can just imagine what a DM said, the emails she got, what a Twitter said. Like I could only imagine. But next time you have a crisis like this, Macy Gray, you got to stand 10 toes down in it like Boosie. Boosie say that shit like this all the time. And do he care? No. But is Boosie ever going to get any kind of like sponsorship like that? No. So Boosie being so independent can say what he want. And ain't nobody really booking Macy Gray for nothing like that, is this? So I think she should even feel free to say what she want. I would love, honestly, to see Macy Gray sit down, maybe like with the T.S. Madison, and have a conversation. Hint, T.S. Madison, Fox Soul, set it up. I would love to see those two have a conversation and to see, so Madison can see like where Macy's coming from, and Macy can see where Madison is coming from. But at the end of the day, I'm not trans, so I don't totally understand the confusions of identities. I don't completely understand it, right? I don't know what it's like to look in the mirror and feel like, oh, I'm a woman, even though I'm clearly a male. You know what I mean? I don't know what that's like. I struggle with other things, but not that, but it's I can't say she's lying. I can't tell that story. I can only tell you what I've learned in human sexuality. I can tell you I've learned that sexuality is a spectrum. That lots of different things can go on in the womb and development, and that's why you have some women with more testosterone. You have some men with more estrogen. You can even look at some men's faces, and they have a very soft face, or you can look at some women's faces, and they have a really hard face, strong body ass. So it is what it is. We're all different, and it's just interesting. The whole trans subject is interesting, and people think they understand it, but we still really don't. But we need to have safe spaces to have open and honest conversations and to keep it real. I don't like when y'all jump down people's throats when they say something you don't like, because then we can't have the conversation and we can't learn and we can't progress. And even if we agree to disagree, as long as we both show each other respect, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. So let me invite y'all up here to chat. Storm, all that is true, but at the end of the day, it's just man and woman. There is no in between. I mean, you're right. Hold on, let me pin a comment. You're right. And I know there is a such thing as intersex that happens in less than 1% of or less than 0.1% of all babies that are born. Let's see. Pin message. There we go. Yeah, that's the thing. I think, and that's more the conversation I wanted us to have when the link to chat is pinned, by the way, when Conscious TV was over here. We got to be able to have those uncomfortable conversations with one another. We got to be able to, misspeak and the other side not get so offended. Just say, oh, okay, well, that's not appropriate or that's offensive, but let me tell you why. Like, those are things we have to be able to do. And until we can do it, we're just gonna constantly do this. So yeah, all eyes on these says society's soft as fuck. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. You can't say none. I mean, I'm a kid of the 90s and grew up in the 90s and early 2000s, and the shit they said on TV and shit that we even said is like in school, you can't even say that now. I don't even think you can yell at kids like that as a teacher, and our teachers yelled the fuck out of. I mean, they went off on us. I'm just saying. We didn't get our ass beat, but I mean, they definitely did not play. That's a different story though. Easier said with Meg. You up? Hey, Meg. Hello. Okay, your mic ain't set up or you listen in the back. So I'm gonna let you get that together and you can try to come back up. Farrah said, I remember being paddled. Right, I'm 20 and I used to get whooped with a ruler back. See, yeah, I was just after that generation. I missed that. We got paddling in schools and said, pray. I remember when we used to, did we pray? No, I remember when we said the Pledge of Allegiance, and then they took that out. I remember I was the last generation that had recess as well. I remember when they took recess out of school too. It's a oof. So they still paddle in Mississippi. I bet. What's going on, Nietzsche?
Hey, Storm. Hey, everybody.
How you doing?
I'm all right, love. I just want to say this. It's kind of weird because I have a friend that I am. She says she's heterosexual, but she's dating a woman that has not changed her outer appearance. She just dresses as a male, and she, in her mind, thinks she's heterosexual. And I told her no. So with you saying us having hard questions, it's not that. I just think that they can't explain to us what it is they're really feeling and thinking, because it doesn't make sense. You can't be heterosexual if she's just dressing as a male and then you guys are still both the same sex.
Here's how oh God, I can't even really explain it, but I'm gonna try. Okay, let me try. So apparently there's a difference between being gay, being a lesbian, and then homosexuality or heterosexuality. One is like the emotional component, and then and I'm closing my eyes because I'm trying to make sense of it as I explain.
Okay, I'm doing the same.
And then the other part is like what you're actually engaging in. So both of you guys are the same sex. That is homosexuality. But since that person lives their life as the opposite gender, they're male presenting, then technically you're not gay because you don't want to be with the female presenting. I'm confused.
Right. It's like a lipstick. They don't want to be in a lipstick relationship where they're both, sexy looking and so on. But then I'm saying, okay, then that means that you're psyching yourself up to be with this person. Are you really in love with this person or the persona? See, now that's a big difference.
Because see, they would say because see, the lesbian would or the trans male would say, well, me being a trans male is not a persona. This is who I always was.
Correct. But if I'm saying, if I'm the woman and that's the male, and I'm saying, but I'm heterosexual, that's not correct. Because when you lay down with this person, you guys are the same utensils.
You are the same, and they in the chat saying, Storm, now they don't even make any sense when you said it. I tried.
I know, and exactly, and I'm trying to too. Keep in mind, this is really a friend, like for real. I was just sitting here telling my husband this because I'm like, wow, it's crazy. I had this conversation, and then when she got upset, she said some explicit things, and I thought it was weird because I was like, okay, you can say these negative things to this person and call them out their name and so on. You know what words I'm talking about when they get into it. But then if someone on the outside says it, like, I'm confused because at this point, if this isn't what you really want or what you're really into, then maybe you should date men, or maybe you just having bad luck with men, so this will make you feel good in person.
Yeah,
behind closed doors.
That's the crazy thing to me too, because here, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna stand on this shit. I believe this, Nietzsche.
All right.
You got some people that are gay, their brains are wired a certain way. Now, my super Christian friends believe that's a spiritual thing. I got other friends that believe it's more of a scientific thing. We'll argue that on another day. Okay. Right. I believe you got some people that are gay, are bisexual. They really do like both. Then I think you just got some people that go through trauma, they get hurt, and they like, fuck it, I just want to try something new. Or they're not the most attractive to the opposite sex.
Absolutely.
And so it's easier to just be with, because naturally you want to be where you fit in, right?
Absolutely. Yep.
Or you're a little different. Maybe you're a tom girl. Maybe you're a boy that likes girly music or whatever. And then you grow up and people say, oh, you gay. Oh, you gay. You gay. You gay. And then you start to think, oh, maybe, yeah, I guess I am. No, you wasn't gay. You just wasn't the standard. Do you see what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I absolutely, because that's my point when I said, unless you're just comfortable with it because it looks this way on the outskirts. Because the reality, you haven't had a good male-female relationship. So you're more comfortable here because this one makes you feel like this is what a man should do, which is fine. I get it. But here it is. I'm a heterosexual woman. I don't care how many times I have my friends that are gay or lesbians, whatever. We're going to party like whatever. I don't care. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to be one of those women that said, oh my God, I got too drunk or loaded. And now I slept with my friend Barbara. That's just never happening. You know
That's by curiosity. And there's so many women out here that are curious, but they feel like it's nothing. But then I tell them, if you're going to do that, then hey, when a man, and women cringe, and even lesbian women cringe. If I say so, you know, if homeboy here just wanted to suck his dick to see what it was like,
right?
Women ain't having anything for that shit.
I'm a person, I'm open-minded about everything, you know, but I just want you to be real with what it is you're doing, especially when you're a mother of children, because now you put kids in a position to wonder, am I doing something wrong? Am I going to make my mom mad if I date a boy? You know, because, you know, she has a stigma. And when you carry a stigma of how men treated you, and you just probably picked the wrong men, or you needed to work on yourself before you became in a relationship, because a lot of people don't understand you have to self-love first. You know, that's something we all suffer from. I don't care what nobody say. And with that issue being present, sometimes it's more present than anything else. You can cause a relationship to not work.
Yeah.
You know, so yeah, this person might be the same sex and they probably understand because they're an outsider too. Keep in mind, you know, in their lifestyle in living this way, a lot of them experience things we could never imagine telling our parents this, or having to wonder if they're going to not love us anymore because we chose a different lifestyle that they're not accustomed to. So yes, you guys might be trauma bonding, trauma relationship, but the reality is no one wants to fess up to what they really are doing.
The trauma bonding thing is a real thing, and then I also think there's a section of people that they truly just don't know. I think that really maybe it really wasn't meant for us to really be out here messing around the way that we do, right? Because maybe certain things you ain't supposed to experience, because you can try some and literally get turned out.
Well, it's like drugs. Some people have addictive spirits, addictive personalities.
Yes. And then you can't go back. You could, like, let's say you're a girl and you like, oh, I want a train ran on me. And you get a train ran on you and you like, I love this shit. Mm-hmm. And now when you try to just go back to have sex with your boyfriend, you like, this boring. I need something in my mouth and my, you know,
yeah, that beast is bigger than them. You need some company, you know, and some people are, you know. I've dated a person that was like that before. I had to understand that they're accustomed to a certain lifestyle. So there's things I may not be willing to do, which is group moments. So if you need that group, feed that beast, because I'm not the one for you. Mm-hmm. Sometimes you have to know what it is you're comfortable with. Again, self-love, to know that you can walk away and be okay with your decision. Because I don't want to be one of those people that's like, okay, where does STD come from? You know? Who did it? One of y'all burning. Come on now.
Which is a real thing, because to be very honest, people do not use condoms like that. I know condoms are not 100%, but even, and I ain't even been out there like that, but even just from what I've seen with my own two eyes and just talking to people don't use condoms like that. They be on the first date raw dogging.
Well, this is where that, you know, this stuff going on with, you know, the clinics and everything. I don't know what all I can say, so I don't want to say anything to flag your channel. But, you know, with them losing the rights to make decisions, I'm wondering if this is also a situation for that too, because the STD levels are so high. Ooh. You know, there's another side to that. And I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying it's so many different ways of spinning this situation. It's dangerous. Because even if you're not doing something, your partner is possibly taking your life and playing Russian roulette. And now you're back at square one. I don't care, married or not, because married couples suffer too. You know, we suffer more because we took a bond. We took an oath, you know, and folks know us as a couple. Now we split up because there's a fire between us. You know, So it's just so many different realms of looking at this that maybe this is another way that we have to look at it and say, no, I don't like what's happening. And I'm never going to agree with the government having control over my body. But at the same time, maybe I need to take a step back and think about who I lay with, who I actually give myself to, and know that this is what we're bonding to. Because no one's getting married no more, before premarital sex. So, hey. And I myself want to test drive a car too before I get in and keep it.
I know, but it's like I don't want to do too much. Thank you, Nick. You have a good one, all right?
You too. Good night. Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Easier said with Meg. You back up. Going once. Going to it's some with your mic. It's not coming up. All right. Tiff.
What up? Can you hear me?
Yes, ma'am. What's on your mind tonight?
So, what I wanted to say was that I have a child that's transgender, and the conversation between transgender and straight people is very muddled, because they want to be accepted as that sex that they chose to be in, but they don't want to acknowledge where they came from. And that sometimes it tends to be handled in an aggressive way at times. I go on CTV's live a lot, and I'm just trying to understand, because I want to be a part of my child's life. And if that's what she chose, then that's what she chose. Or what he chose, or however they want to address themselves. But when does it come down to we're just trying to have a conversation and we're not trying to offend people, So
well, you have
it kind of goes back to how we explain to white people how we want to be addressed. I can barely hear you. So I'm sorry.
All right, I don't. Yeah. I'm gonna just mute you here real quick. I think it comes down to, before you sit down with your daughter or your person, whoever, you have to say, look, don't take nothing I say personally. I'm trying to understand. They're gonna have to give you grace to she's talking over me. She couldn't really hear me. I don't know. It could be an audio thing. But they're gonna have to give you grace that you don't quite understand, because you're not in their head. So you're gonna say some things the wrong way. You're gonna use the wrong words, but you can work through it. But if you can't get past that, we'll never be able to have the conversation. Yeah, but you unmuted. Oh, don't listen to it in the back at the same time. I think that's what she's doing too. Okay, I'll let her come back up. What's going on, Adam?
What's up?
Well, now, why do you have your whole birthday in the title?
I don't know. That's the day where I'm from. Yeah, I was born on Sunday, August 11th, 1996. So, yeah, at 12 o'clock a.m. in Monroe. Well, I'm from Tennessee.
Tell us what's on your mind. Yeah. Tell us what's on your mind.
Well, yeah, I heard that from this YouTuber. You remember Ashley from T Ash Miracle Show?
No, I don't. No, who was that?
She's a well-commentating YouTuber, by the way. Okay. You heard the whole entire thing about Tom Holland and Nick Woman? The whole entire news about they're dating each other?
About who?
There was two actors.
No. I want you to call back in. Okay, call back in when we talk about that. You slurring a little bit. I want to make sure you don't say nothing crazy. So just come. Oh Lord, let Jesus be a footstool. What's going on, Valencia?
Oh, Storm, you really added me, Storm.
I did. And let me say this real quick. Is no offense to Adam. We don't mention other YouTubers and this and that. So we'll get that together. Oh, he came back. Okay, we try to figure that out. Go ahead, Valencia. Go ahead.
Okay, hi Storm. I love you so much. I love you since you've been drilling them real the real women, the real wives of Atlanta. But I just wanted to say that I love your perceptions. I love your point of views. And shout out to Cynthia G. But far as Nick Cannon and Kel's wife and everything. I mean, we've been knowing about the soul ties and the rituals and everything in Hollywood when it comes to the child sacrifices, the rituals, the things that you have to do in order to try to manifest things on earth as they are in a different realm and entity. So I don't understand why this is even a shock or a surprise. How many kid stars that has to come out and say this and expose this?
It's not. They done told us again and again and again and again. And it don't shock me at all. That's why they all weird as adults.
Right, like we already know that they weird, and then it seems like it's normal to y'all. I feel like this year is the reckoning of black men. I feel like this year is the reckoning. I feel like there's a spiritual awakening. There's a spiritual shift. I study a lot of pathology of different cultures and everything, and I started being enlightened by Cynthia G. But for black women to be the creators and our bodies to be the portals that life comes through, I mean, we're under attack, definitely. And I feel like this is a reckoning of not only for black men to wake up and recognize. I feel like women need to wake up. Black women need to wake up and embrace our power and who we are.
True. Let me ask you something. Do you have your TV on?
No, I'm on my phone and I keep hearing it echo too. I don't even know what I'm supposed to.
Do you have your computer on playing the show in the back too?
No. Nuh-uh, it's just my TV. My TV is on pause. I keep hearing the echo as well.
Okay. I don't know why it's echoing, but I'll let you go ahead and finish. But yeah, you're right. They've been telling us about all this. It is something with black men going on. I will say that for sure. Something's up.
But yeah, I just feel like that I'm so nervous. You don't even know how much I love you. Like I'm literally shaking. I can't even believe you picked me today. But yeah, I just feel like it's the reckoning and of the black men. I feel like there's a lot of spiritual things going on in the realm of different dimensions. I feel like there's things that are colliding. They're getting ready to open up the portals of CERN, and I've been researching everything that you talk about when you talk about the archon. When you talked about the archon entity that possesses people and celebrities and everything, when you've been telling us that we need to get our bodies together, when you had us submit our DNA and everything and get the medicine that is contoured for our bodies, when you talk about get prepared, I got my storm cellar and stuff ready to go right now. We can go underground right now if anything go down, and I'm gonna still be watching Storm because I got me a generator rig down there.
Well, let me tell you, and I'm just muted here for the noise. Let me tell you, when you look at the logo for CERN, do y'all not see the 666 that's in it? Like, look at the logo when you have a chance, and it literally has like 666. But what they're trying to do is, we live on a third dimension, so they're trying to open up, first off, they don't really know what's on the other side, but they're basically trying to mix our world with the spiritual world. It's a separation right now. And then when people die, some people believe the spirit's at rest or it rises or whatever. but spirits are real. And so whatever's out there, they're trying to break the barrier so that basically spirits and us, we can go back and forth as we want. That's really what they want to be able to do.
See, I wasn't even going to even share this with you, but when I was younger, I'm a survivor. I never called myself a victim of a SRA, which is satanic ritual abuse. Wow. And they used to have, my stepfather was really big in the church, and he actually worked for a huge, well-known congregation, and they used to exploit different children and exploit our different gifts. And I had the gift of discernment. I had the gift of being able to see things. I had a gift to be able to speak things into existence. And it's different to explain to the average person. I know that you're probably following me though, but they used to exploit us in different ways. They used to believe that sex was a portal to our gifts. And I was just exposed to a lot of different things, and it made me more heightened and more aware in the spiritual realm, and it made me more aware, and I'm able to discern different. I could sit around somebody for 5 minutes. That's what attracted me to you, because you were so knowledgeable and so handsome and everything and funny. And I was like, we need to kick it. Me, you, and Cynthia, one day we need to kick it, Storm. Because
I heard that.
But for real, I got a lot of documentation and everything that I actually was able to get my hands on, a lot of research that came from the Vatican Library, and through my grandparents and stuff. But I'll email that stuff to you. But yeah, I just feel like this is a time of reckoning, and I feel like that we are in for a shoot show here in a minute. These fools are still popping their bussy, Storm.
And here's the thing, it's a lot that's going to be exposed, because what a lot of people don't know is that at the Vatican, in like the basements and stuff, they have a lot of like bones from dead bodies, because the Catholics work the dead. They work dead spirits. So a lot of people don't know that. But
with my stepfather, a lot of people don't know in Satanism or the satanic religion that you have to actually, before you can even be ordained as a satanic priest, you have to be ordained in the Catholic Church or in a Christian church first. Anyway, a lot of people don't know these Mormon churches and everything. They actually are synagogues of Lucifer in the first place. A lot of people don't know that. Like, I literally can go into a church congregation and I can like literally point out a witch, a wizard, a warlock. I can do that quickly. And those are usually the nicest, most pleasant people that are in the church. And that's even more sad.
Yeah, it's crazy. It gets deep. And the thing is, we're going to leave it there because we don't want to give them too much. Because a lot of people don't even they don't know. This is like mind blowing. Right. The world is an interesting place. And I think that this year and next year, we are going to see a lot.
I think that we're going to see more than we can even fathom. I know that for a fact. And it's just crazy. But I love you so much, and keep doing what you're doing, Storm. And thank you for taking my call. I'm tripping out.
Absolutely. You have a good night. All right.
Thank you. You too.
Bye-bye.
Oh, hey, sorry. I'm sorry about that.
You're fine. I just wanted to make sure you haven't had anything to drink tonight, right?
No, not like a alcohol or anything.
Okay. You might have just been tired. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I'm just been tired. Well,
all right. I apologize for that. I didn't know what was going. Sometimes if people have been drinking, I worry with I don't want them to say nothing, and but go ahead.
Well, I agree with you about Nick Cannon and Kel Mitchell, and also his ex-wife. Well, I found out throughout two of my friends, 9-Day Network, they actually have interviewed with Kel Mitchell's ex-wife before,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and it turns out Kel Mitchell has been exposed like completely for using himself as a toy with one of Eddie Murphy's kids, and that's just crazy. That is completely crazy. Just like what I just said about Tom Holland and Coleman. What they're doing is, well, unfortunately, unfortunately.
I'm gonna say this. The thing is, it's happened so much in Hollywood. People still really don't fully believe it yet, but it's real.
Yeah, it's really real. It's creepy. It's a creepy situation going on.
Yes.
It's like I remember Nick Cannon, like when he was like, in the Nick Golden days when he was acting and stuff. I still remember him throughout the Wild Out. And okay, back in 2015, Neo used to be involved now with Neo. By the way, yeah, the pop
with Neo.
Yeah, and they were the co-judges. The co-champions. By the way, they were, they were teaming together. So they were the cap. Yeah, no.
Well, I'm gonna say this, Adam. I'm gonna say everything done in the dark will come to the light. And what I would do, I would try to reach out to Kel Mitchell's ex-wife again to see if she want to come back on the show, so that we can like get details and stuff. But I thank you for coming up.
Okay? Yeah. And also, here's one thing.
One more thing.
Yeah. Okay. My little cousin Michael's friend, he actually met. I actually met Devin Booker and all of his friends at Phoenix, Arizona. And at Game 7, Kendall Jenner actually dumped Devin Booker. Literally, they broke up.
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah, and also 4 years ago, I was catfished about the Kardashian Jenner family members. I mean, literally. So it's just.
Well, let's save that for another day. But I thank you for coming up. All right.
All right.
Take care now. Wait a minute. Exit full screen. There we go. Donna Dash.
Hi, Storm.
How you doing?
I'm good. You? Ooh, a lot happened.
It's a lot. What's on your mind?
Between Nick Cannon and the baby mothers and all that, I just think, I mean, we know the weird stuff they be doing up in Hollywood, but I just think that is coming out too for a project Nick is about to drop. I think this is all being planned together, some type of promotion and a distraction, from, what just got overturned. And then the other things they'll probably low-key be trying to overturn, distract the people.
True. Because they're always using stuff like that to distract us, of course.
And then I think with the first, like the two babies' mothers, before I forget the name, I'm sorry. But I think with them, they're just, like you said, fighting over the baby daddy.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't think that's about the children. Because if it's about the children, I mean, you wouldn't care how little she sees them. You would just be happy she's embracing them as her own. If this was really about the children and just making them feel all welcomed and fair.
Exactly. I agree. The amount of all of that stuff was so petty. It was so petty, and none of that should have made the internet at all.
Yeah, just keep your family business private. Like,
and here's the thing. Here's the crazy thing. He has not married Miracle yet, the one that's pregnant. He ain't married her, so he could leave her and go give her somebody else. And now you another baby mama.
Ooh. Well, I wish her luck with that. But as for the last topic, because the ladies before were saying something that I was thinking of. Now, when it comes to the, you know, I don't want to say the community's name because I don't even know if that's even allowed anymore. It could get people. I've seen it get. Okay, because I've seen it get some people demonetized. So for the trans community, right?
Mm-hmm.
I will say this: homosexuality, in terms of science, in some species out there, and like plants and a few animals, it is natural to a certain degree. If you know about female hyenas, like, well, the alpha, the few of them, they technically are like they could change their gender, like they have both parts. And I
Oh
found this out.
wow.
Yeah, I
Okay.
found this out watching an Animal Planet documentary thing I was watching. And then they were talking about the female hyena was mating with another female hyena. And I was like, huh? And they were like, yeah, because the alphas have both. And I was like, okay, whatever. So to a certain degree, it exists in nature to a degree, right? Rare, very rare, but it still exists. So I won't say it's unnatural from that point, right? Because scientifically, there's kind of evidence to show it's there.
Okay.
But I will say this: I'm not against how they want to live their life. That is their business. But we do have to acknowledge that sex and gender are two different things. Your sex is your XX or your XY. Now, let's say, and I know it's not the same to cross-dressing, so I'm not trying to compare. But if you're a man that likes to cross-dress, right, to me, that doesn't make you a woman. That doesn't make you, even if you transition, to me, that doesn't make you a woman. It just makes you a trans woman, which to me is a different experience from being women. I'm not against how they want to live their life. But the fact that we're at a point where we're trying to pretend that being born a woman out the womb and transitioning into a woman is the same thing and there's no difference, it's asinine. Like, there's two different experiences, there's two different things that we're both going through. Like, even on Twitter, there was this viral post saying how cis women, because we didn't include trans women in the fight against Roe v. Wade, that represented transphobia. And I'm like, you don't have wombs. You don't have wombs. You don't birth children. So, like, how would it have even included you? You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not.
It just gets confusing for people that are not in that community. You see what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
so, and I think everybody needs grace on both sides, and I think everybody needs to stop being so sensitive too. Be honest.
Yeah, like what she said, I don't think it was transphobic. I just think it's a lot of trans women being sensitive. Even the sports thing, that is being acknowledged by science that they do have an advantage. You could read papers on it. So it's not anybody being phobic. That, like, we have to stop this thing as society where truth is just some type of a ism, phobia, or phobia. Like, it's crazy. No. Truth is just truth sometimes. And sometimes you could package it all nice and pretty, but sometimes you have to say it straight up. And I will say too, I feel like there's a spiritual element to this as well. I feel like, because, okay, I'm trying to explain this in a way that it's like nice. So
wait, hold on 1 sec. I'm finna address who's still in night and day stuff. Who is this? What are you talking about? Because I saw another comment that said that they interviewed Kel Mitchell's ex-wife, not me. No, I definitely did, ma'am. Go ahead, Donna.
Oh, I was wondering who that was. I was like, huh? I was confused too. But anyways, I feel like spiritually, right? Because we know in religion, right, in terms of Abrahamic, men take authority over women in religion. And we know religion and spirituality are not the same thing. Sometimes, I mean, some people think they're connected, but they're not really connected once you really start digging down the rabbit hole. But just for the sake of this, we will say sometimes they can connect.
Yes.
I feel like in religion, men take the head, but spiritually, in the spiritual realm, the authority comes through women. So sometimes I feel like not saying the people that are doing this, right? Because they're just living their life, they don't know. But I feel like sometimes the Hakuna Matata, I love how you came up with that name, by the way.
Yes, yes.
Sometimes I feel like the Hakuna Matata, because we know esoterically they will do certain rituals and practices and inverts and collecting on society's, fear and darker energies, because while they're not as powerful as higher frequency energies like love and, positive sex and all those things, they're easier to harness power from and they manifest quicker. So sometimes I wonder if this thing is about taking over women's authority, not only in this physical realm that we are in, but spiritually. Because spiritually, in terms of, the mysticism and stuff, women do have more spiritual power than men. And sometimes I wonder if it's about taking that. And I do see, because I do have LGBTQ friends and I do know a few trans people, but I notice with my trans female friends or acquaintances that I know versus the males, there is a lot more confusion on the female side. It seems like there's a spirit of confusion there. It seems like, how the person before was talking about soul ties and then spirits being transferred. It seems to be, there's a lot of that in greater society, which is just tearing down society, but it seems to be a lot of that in them. And I don't like the way how, they're doing a lot of these things and testing a lot of substances and medications they're coming up with on these people, to help them, change and all these things. But they're not admitting it's experimental. So I feel like a lot of this is just a huge money grab and it's just biting on people's confusion.
I think so. I think so too. I think it is a lot of confusion. And I think the more you keep people confused, the more they get confused.
Yeah.
So, but I'm gonna leave that there. Let me finish up with these last two callers. You have a good night.
Can I just say one more thing? It's just quick.
For
Kamala Harris, right? We know she's not Black. She's biracial. We can all agree on that. But I will say one thing. Even if she was Black, I don't personally, as another Jamaican, I don't even think it would be a good thing, a good symbol for Black Americans to have her in there, because at the end of the day, as a Jamaican, we just don't understand the Black American plight. We don't go through it. We don't live it. So we don't even know the best things or laws to help even put into place. I feel like if they're going to give Blacks, the first Black spot, at least let it be an actual Black American that gets the opportunity, let them get the opportunity so they could truly help the people. Because a Jamaican can't help an African American. We don't live the experience. That's all I wanted to say.
That is true.
I don't think it's good.
Thank you, Donna. You have a good night. All right.
You too. Bye.
Bye. Zane, you got to put the blunt down for me off the camera. All right. How you doing, Zane?
Hey, Storm. I'm good. It's my first time calling.
Absolutely. What's on your mind tonight?
Well, I feel like everybody already went through the tea, but the Nick Cannon thing, not surprising. He was like, could you imagine that or not? I could. Good point about why now?
Because that's what I'm wondering. Why now? She's done multiple interviews. It seems random as hell. Why now? Who cares? That was years ago. Who cares?
Is it a clout chasing thing because Nick is getting some media because of his seed sowing?
You're right. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. His seed sowing.
How he's putting it.
Good way to put it.
You know what? The LGBT conversation is messy, but I will say that I seen a comment when you were talking about the Macy Gray thing, and it was like trans people are tired of straight people's feedback at this point, or something like that.
Oh wow.
And and I think that kind of speaks to I'm from the Bay Area, and I grew up around plenty gay folks, but I used to call it the gay mafia. And I feel like it was like a gay mafia era where if anyone said something, and it could be rude and out of pocket, or it didn't have to be. But if some gay people didn't like it, they seemed to be able to like rally a force that could kind of write a letter to your job or get you canceled or this and that. But I feel like trans inclusion is like some words that I've heard, right? Like, and let's just say just LGBT in general, being part of the conversation, being visible in the media and in the things that people are talking about. And especially with how ratchet the internet is, I feel like sometimes, and I don't know if I want to call it sensitivity or just like it is a sensitivity. Sometimes people can have a point to make, but they have to tiptoe so much. And I actually think Macy Gray was really well spoken in what she said.
And she was still tiptoeing. She still kind of was, but she tried to be as respectful as as she could. But I guess my question is, did she tell a lie?
I thought her mentioning like growing up as a little girl was a good point. Like, it's hard to take that out of my equation and and say these things are equal. And I said Piers Morgan, I feel like he be kind of trying to like trap folks sometimes. He might have knew he knew that was a little messy.
He's messy for that. He is. But I'll say, like, let's take me for example. If I was tomorrow to start transitioning, first of all, I do not think I would make a pretty woman. I just don't think I don't see it. I
don't have to break your shoulders. You too bad.
right. They be breaking these down. Oh God, yeah. I'm hairy too. I don't think it would work. I don't know. But anyway, let's say I was and I transitioned, and let's say 3 years from now I've done a full transition and I look like a woman, right? I still didn't grow up as a little girl. I don't know what that's like. I didn't grow up as a teenage little girl. A lot of the things that y'all go through, I could skip all this shit and just get right to the money. So I think that's what women are trying to get trans women to understand. Like, you live your life as you want, but you will never fully understand my experience. And don't invalidate my experience. Because women y'all already get invalidated by men. We live in a patriarchal society, so men already see you as lesser than. And so then if you see men now emulating you in that way, you're going to feel some kind of way.
Yeah, it's like sometimes when people give especially when it's a respectful feedback, sometimes someone can say something that triggered you, but they weren't trying to disrespect you.
Exactly.
And with the internet and social and just the conversations are just getting so wild and untamed, and it's like the common sense is going. But Storm, I would love to call back, especially when you got some more ratchet tea on the docket.
Of course. Yes, because I got a fully dragged Lisa Rinna. I got a fully dragged Erica Jane. But I'm going to dig through their past because I want to pull up old pictures from the 80s and the 90s and just give just that good old nasty drag on their life.
Because your drag be research.
The research kind of drag, yes.
And I like them old pictures. I was tuning in the last time you did that. We're here for the nuances. You was cute in the Dominican, but it's like we need you to come on back and represent us.
I know. People couldn't wait for me to get back. It's crazy though, because whenever I get back, I land. I'm like, okay, thank you God, I made it back safely. But I'm like, Atlanta.
Ready to get. I live in Mexico right now. I'm going through I'm a world traveler, and I like living up out of the States. And I'm just kind of having some moments with it. It seems like every time I'm ready to kind of pack up and come back to some familiarity, I see some stuff that's like, let me just kind of stay seated. But I feel you, Storm. Everyone's like, get back, whatever, and you're like, well, I'm kind of spreading my wings and learning different sides of myself and of the world in a new place. Like I don't mind kind of taking my time here, and I understand that too.
It was a much needed trip. You know, people. I'll say this: people let jealousy get the best of them, and you know, people say what they say, and that's fine. But they can't stop this show. Thank you, Zane.
See you, Storm, later.
All right, now later. What's going on, Norris?
Hey, I'm glad I was able to catch you.
Absolutely. How you doing?
I'm good. I think Britney was set up. You know, Britney been in Russia since 2012. You know, and it's like she been over there long enough to know the rules. I don't think she, did that on purpose.
I don't think so either. I just don't. I'm not, and I could be wrong. I'm just not believing it.
Yeah, they said they probably mad at the U.S. for some reason and know that she's a big time WNBA player over here in the U.S. and they just probably getting her over there, trapping her over there to get back at us somehow.
And they don't like black people anyway. And she's a lesbian. It's a lot.
Yeah, so I hope they need to let her go. They don't have no reason to keep her. They just need to let her go. Set the woman free.
Right. I would, even if they say, look, we're gonna let you go and you can never return to Russia again. Okay, cool.
I don't think she would anyway. I wouldn't.
Exactly.
I think it's a waste of a trial.
But you know what's funny? Let me tell y'all this, and this is the power of God, the spirit, whatever you want to call it. It's power of God. Before she signed this contract to go over there, Britney told her wife, like, you know what? I really don't want to go back. I'm tired of doing this. I'm tired of going over there, and her wife said, okay, if you still want to go though, okay, and then when you get back, we'll figure something out. So Britney didn't even want to go, and that was the spirit telling her, don't take your ass over there.
Yeah, but I think she'll get out of it eventually. I don't think they'll keep her over there no 10 years. That's a waste of time. That's bogus. And Sleepy Joe need to be ashamed of himself. He should help. And I think he running the country so bad to the point that he making Donald Orange Daddy Trump look good. You're
right. Right.
I wanted to talk about Macy Gray. I think that Pierce guy, I think he's a stale saltine cracker with his dried up looking behind. He set her up for the kill. I don't think that's what she came on there to talk about. She didn't want to talk about that.
No, she didn't want to talk about that. Hell no, she didn't. He definitely set her up for that. But I also think that I want people to be able to speak freely. I want people. I don't know. That's me.
Yeah, but and like I said, long as a person is living in their truth, then I accept them for who they are. I don't care what you are. I accept you either way. But Pierce, his face is so raggedy and so wrinkled up that it looked like a street full of potholes.
Oh my God.
So, stale saltine cracker. He ain't had nothing else to do. So he just wanted to set her up for ratings, basically. And so, and Nick Cannon, I wouldn't be surprised by anything he does, especially so. I'm not surprised if that happened with him and Kel. That might explain why he's sitting up there hooking up with all these women like he is and getting them pregnant. He might want to prove that he's not down low and that he can just get women, that he's straight.
Maybe that is what he's trying to prove. I don't. You got a point. He's doing it for a reason. Believe that.
Yeah, he leaving them women with a, them women are stuck with a gut full of his nuts. So he leaving them, he lining them up and he's sticking them with that gut full of nuts. So.
Oh my God.
And the senator lady, she made herself look stupid. Like, if you a senator, why would you do that? You shouldn't expose your body like that. You definitely not gonna get the votes now. people are gonna
I
laugh.
don't know. If I lived in Rhode Island, I would go vote for her. I didn't mind the view. That's just me. I like a little ratchet senator, just a little bit.
I mean, that's good if you wasn't if people didn't know what you was doing. That ain't nobody's business though. If you exposing your body, that's fine. But you can't mix that with politics. That's not a good look for politics.
True. That's why I don't want to go into politics. Because if I want to show this meat stick on Twitter, I'm gonna do it. Damn it! And I'll see y'all at the press conference in the morning.
Yeah, because she didn't look bad. I mean, it didn't look bad, but it's just you're a senator, and that's not good for the politics. A good look for politics. They're gonna judge her, and they're gonna use that against her. The people that's gonna run against her, that man or that other woman, they're gonna use that against her, and she might lose that race. So that wasn't a good decision.
It wasn't at all. And it's like, okay, you set the phone up, you twerked, you looked at the video, and then you uploaded it. It's just like, why?
Yeah, but and Tyler, I like Tyler Lepley. I really do. I enjoy him as an actor. I like his acting, but he kind of set this situation up with the two baby mamas. It's like, you do have 3 children by both or combined, or gonna have your 3rd child by this second girl, and it's like I think he was engaged to April in like 2020, and then he got together so quick with Miracle. And it's like y'all got together too fast, and y'all having this baby too quick. I think y'all should have waited a little bit longer.
They should have, but the folks nowadays, they don't care. I will say this: I met Tyler in person here in Atlanta. Went to his actors workshop or whatever, and I get it. Ladies, I get it. Like I seen him, I was like, oh wow, okay. And you could just tell he could charm the panties off that. You could just tell. It's like, wow.
Yeah, I mean, he does got good taste in women, but I will give him that. But I just feel like Miracle, she should have maybe tried to marry him first, or at least see how he is as a father before you get pregnant by him. You should have protected your bots better.
And that is what women need to start doing. No ring, no baby. And be okay with that. And if that nigga got an issue with that, don't be with him. But
I know, because she's a very beautiful woman. I'm sure she can have any man she wants. But I think she took that situation with April too far. I feel like after April said what she said, and that's the only thing she said, them kids is not yours. They're my kids, basically. So I feel like Miracle could have just apologized and be like, you know what, I didn't mean it that way. Sorry that if you thought that I meant it that way or whatever. But she kept, talking, and then she responded to a blogger that that was talking about it. So I feel like you was immature, and you handled that situation worse than it should have been handled.
And to be fair, Miracle is pregnant right now, so her hormones are racing. But it's up to Tyler to step in and be the man and say, and really to check them both. Don't bring this shit online, because it's not a good look.
Yeah,
it's not a good look. So it's gonna be up to Tyler to keep it to be the man and keep it together. Because you don't want your baby mamas beefing. That's not cool.
No, that's why I said I think he kind of created that situation, by moving as fast as he did, and then them going at each other so quick. He should have tried to bring them together and tried to see how they would cope, how he could show Miracle how he co-parents with April, give her idea.
And to be honest, I think April still feels some kind of way over how the relationship ended. I think that when we leave relationships, we need to start having like not an exit interview, but just like some kind of closure. If we got kids, if you ain't got no kids, forget it. But if you got kids, I think like that final conversation we need to start having, because when you don't, people have these residual feelings, and then you move on and they ain't over it, and now they being petty. It's petty on both ends. Just petty on both ends. So, but anything else, Norris?
Yeah, because I was gonna say that he publicly, you know, acknowledging Miracle, but he didn't do that with April, so that could be another thing that she might be mad about. He didn't claim me publicly like he is this girl, and so this girl is comfortable enough to say what she said, and he need to let her know you can't just say whatever you want to say. It's involving my children. So, and then April might get mad and say that she can't see my kids if she keep doing that.
And that's what's coming next. That is the progression. If they don't get along, then April gonna say, "Well, I ain't sending the kids over there." No. Yeah. And I hate to say it, but since he's already starting a new family with Miracle, he'll just kind of move on and not worry about those other kids, because men can do that. So.
I was gonna say I'm moving up with the subscribers. You know, I have 738, so I feel good about that. I know you probably tired of me talking about that, but I feel like that interview really, you know, last month really helped me, and you the reason for it.
That's good. That's good. Keep pushing out your content, man. You'll be at 1,000 before you know it.
Yeah, I hope you check it out and tell me what you think about it.
Oh, you know what? I will. Remind me, like DM me, remind me. Yeah, I'll do that for you.
Okay, and I hope you have a call in when it comes to them. You go off on them Real Housewives of Beverly Hills ladies, because I want to roast them too.
Oh yeah, we doing that tomorrow. I got to get all my research together because I want to take my time. Yeah. Take my time dragging them. Especially
new episode coming on tomorrow night at 8.
Oh, what does?
A new episode of Beverly Hills.
Okay, cool. We could probably go live right after the episode go off. But yeah, I definitely want to take my time dragging them. I mean, look at Lisa Rinna. Look what she did to her face. Somebody that did that to their face. What do they have to say about anybody? How was she so tough? Just around here putting that old cooch on Instagram that nobody asked for. The daughter got a whole eating disorder, and she over here twerking on camera instead of tending to her daughter. I would deal with it tomorrow.
Yeah, I get her tomorrow. I got some words for her too.
But thank you, Norris. You have a good night, all right?
You too. Thank you.
Take care now. All right, so no more callers. We got Tobacco and then Kiki Mercedes. I'm going to finish up with these two. I'm going to call it a night. What's up, Tobacco? Tobacco Store Tiki.
Hi, Storm.
How you doing?
It is a pleasure to talk to you, meet you. Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Appreciate it. What's on your mind?
First, because of course I'm Tobacco Store Tiki, I wanted to shout out, Donna Dash. I saw Donna Dash had stepped up, and that's what gave me the courage to step up.
Okay.
Usually I stay in a certain group. I'm Goat Gang. I'm Goat Land with Taz Exclusive and Cynthia and all of them, and Nyla. And number one, Britney Griner, her case and the situation that she went through.
Britney Griner. Griner.
Y'all say Griner. Oh, I say Griner. I'm so country. Y'all know I'm from
that. You're fine. Britney Renner's the other lady. Yeah. Britney Griner. Yeah.
Britney Griner. And so with her situation, they were talking about how I saw a lot of the narrative in media talking about her wife and the wife's plight and everything that was going on with the wife. And then they start switching the narratives, and as far as in NBC and NSBC and Fox News was concerned, they started saying that she had THC in her pen, and that was the biggest thing, right? But they're legalizing it, and they're making it where, and it's been like this for a long time, where Caucasians or people of white descent are making a lot of money in this industry. And for her to be crucified the way that she's being crucified over THC or Delta in her pen, and then seeing her wife's plight online. And I was listening. I had a point on this, but I done sat here and listened to the last guy talk so long, I kind of lost my point. But it's just really sad to see that she's going through that I feel like if she was a tennis player or a soccer player, that it would have been nothing of the sort that she's going through. But because she's dealing with racism and she's stuck in Russia, right?
Yes.
And they're talking about, oh my gosh, I had a point on this and I lost my point, babe. And I sat on this thing on panel too long. I just got home from vacation and everything, but I had a point on this. It's just really sad to see that she's going through all of this. It really come down to racism.
Mm-hmm.
Because Caucasians and people of other descent has been making money in the marijuana, THC, Delta industry for a long time. And then like in my state, people that know me know I'm in North Carolina, they just legalized it as far as Delta is concerned. But you can go to prison federally for doing the same thing. You know what I mean?
True.
But oh man, I'm gonna have to step up another night because, like I said, I sat in the back too long and I lost my point. But it is a pleasure to talk to you and meet you. And it's sad what she's going through because y'all know I'm tobacco store Tiki. So as far as getting the remedy that you need, as far as Delta THC is concerned, nicotine is the worst thing that could ever happen to somebody.
Very true.
And to see our people be crucified and convicted, and there's people that's still locked up for having just a gram a pound or a gram to a pound, and then see the opposite of us making millions and billions. Because I researched it the other day, it was like $3.3 billion our industry is worth, and we are still being convicted and locked up just like her on a vape pen.
I know. It's sad. It's sad. But I thank you for coming up, all right?
Nice to meet you. I'm here in the background.
Take care.
Good night, you guys.
Good night. All right. Kiki, you're the last one tonight. What's going on? Going once, going twice. All right. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Like, comment, subscribe, share if you care. I will catch you guys. Well, today's already the new day, so I will catch you guys